What was that? It glued itself to your... Oh, 88 ping. That explains a lot. Out.
Now current lessees, switch to Buick and get this low mileage lease on this 2016 Encore for around $189 per month with just $559 due at signing.
Hi, I'm Shane Gostisbehere.
I'm Wayne Simmons.
I'm Jake Voracek, and you're watching Flyers
and Penguins on CSN Philly.
Battle of Pennsylvania, 2-0 Penguins midway through. You look at the standings again, both these teams with plenty to play for. The Penguins have clinched their spot, but they want to secure second place in the Met over the Rangers or whomever and get home ice in the first round. The Flyers, of course, trying to make the playoffs, have a 1-point lead and 2 games in hand on Boston. Both of these teams charging down the stretch. They are, since February the 24th, the hottest teams in the NHL. The Flyers a notch ahead of the Penguins over that stretch. They're going to need to win this game to continue to hold that honor. Here's a shot by Kunis, blocked by Schenn. Daly fires one that hit Hornquist. And Simmons turns it over to Hornquist, trying to get it down low to Crosby. And it bounces back to him and he scores. Not by design, but Hornquist will take it. And his 21st of the year has Pittsburgh on top 3-0.
Patrick Hornquist tried to do something unselfish, and so often when that happens, you reap the benefit. Flyers unable to execute on the breakout out of their zone, another turnover, and when the puck came back to Hornquist, it was by Steve Mason before he could blink.
Yeah, and again, the Flyers just a little bit too slow trying to get that puck out. Gostisbehere made a decent play to Simmons. Simmons has got to keep chipping that puck out. Center support should slide along to the outside of the boards. Instead, the turnover back into the middle. Hornquist with the shot, and we've got a good effort staying with that puck.
First career goal for Hornquist against the Flyers in his 12th game against them. And he now has a 3-game goal streak going right now. Picks that one up, and here's Sheary. The Philadelphia zone, and Gudas there. Flyers take Gudas through that. Taylor Wiseman comes back in. Gudas picks it up, and he'll charge into the Pittsburgh zone. Gudas trying to center, it's blocked. He's getting a lot of help in and around that crease area, but you can see that scouting report about Murray where he just looks like he's almost a rocket launcher there, just making saves.
Sure, and yesterday in the shutout that Murray picked up against the New York Islanders 5-0 in Brooklyn. And talking to the Flyers coaching staff, they didn't think the Islanders did much of a job in getting people in front of him to take away his eyes and take away his sight lines. But we watched the Flyers trying to do that in this game, and it's easier said than done the way the Penguins are defending. They're boxing out and giving him those sight lines that otherwise wouldn't be there.
By the way, Barca Hunters still exist. I don't even know. I don't know how that came out of my mouth.
I've never heard of that before. I was thinking I saw
It's a chair that reclines, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Lazy boy.
I just don't know as if they still have them anymore. Here is Strike with a shot deflected and bounced around a couple times before Murray is able to cover up.
Let's take a look at the Wells Fargo great check of the game just moments ago. These two have had a little bit of a rivalry the last couple of games. Wayne Simmons able to get a good finish here on Chris Letang. That's a guy you want to get. Not an overpowering punishing hit, but one that will leave a mark. That's a Wells Fargo great check of the game by Wayne Simmons.
Not a lot of smiles over on the Flyers bench right now as they're down 3-0 to a team that's really playing at a different level right now than much any team in the NHL. And you have to be almost perfect against them, and the Flyers have not been. Here's Voracek back. And he'll move it to the other side of the ice. In comes Lovejoy. For Cullen. Cullen got it out in front. It comes through, and there's Voracek. He'll turn with it. His pass is a good one out to Raffl, but he is quickly checked. Again, that speed defensively. And look at that pass from Cullen. The Ferry tried to stay outside as he spun with it, but they whistle it down. And then we get Lovejoy having some words. Out in center ice. Raffl.
Well, the Penguins haven't made many unforced errors, and that time I could even call it an unforced error. Eric Fehr was trying to reach around and corral a puck that was well behind him. The Flyers will take that offside.
We've seen plays where a player will touch the puck on one side of the line, even though his body precedes it. They consider it control, but that would have been a stretch right there. It just barely tipped the puck. It really didn't have possession of it, so they whistle it down. Ticked out to 8 minutes remaining in this second period. Just trying to get one here to get the momentum turned around. Hagelin tips to Bonino. It's cut off by McDonald. Moves it up. Now carrying on for the Flyers, but not very far was Cousins. He was checked. Reed will send it in. Billy, you said early on in this game how the Penguins are using their speed in all areas of the ice, including defensively. And boy, there have been a number of examples of that.
Question, the Flyers have had no time. I mean, the backside pressure from players coming back to track the Flyers on the back check. Unbelievable. I mean, there's no time at all to make any play.
Yeah, and especially the middle of the ice, Bill. I thought Pittsburgh has been about perfect, as good as you can be in the middle of the neutral.
Good pass there by the Flyers. His Cousins moving up, and his shot blocked. On the side of the net, nearly came out in front for Gagne. Reed and Cousins do the work. Cousins to the puck. Back to the point, tough pass to handle for Gudas, and Crosby's right there to maneuver it out to the neutral zone. 25-14 are the shots right now as this pass goes to Simmons. Simmons a burst of speed, then swings back with it. Pass tipped by Manning. It'll dribble. Murray could not cover up. Flyers are there. Giroux. Out to Gudas for a shot that was high and knocked down in front by Letang. The outlet quickly to Kunitz. Steamrolling up Kunitz. In on goal. The pass to Crosby, and he missed the net. You will not see that very often as Crosby missed the net off the feed from Kunitz. Dumoulin ahead for Crosby. Flyers are changing it from slow change. They get the puck to Kunitz. His wrist shot batted away by Mason. Now the shot by Bo Bennett is blocked, and the Flyers will move up. Sean Couturier. A nice move in center, then he lost an edge and went down. Sheary to the puck. Moves it ahead for Bennett. Bennett steers into the Philadelphia zone. Sheary taken into the boards by Streit. Now the Flyers look to maneuver on. This is Raffl. Got it as far as Cole, but could not get the puck deep. Penguins right back, and here's Sheary. Across the Philadelphia line. His pass is back there. Schultz waiting, firing. His shot was muted. Never really did get on goal with any kind of steam. There is White across ice. Tipped. Raffl will roll it deeper into the Pittsburgh zone. Flyers need a change with 5:47 to go in the second. Schultz moves up from the red line. Bounces one deep. Now to Gostisbehere. Quick little tip pass to Vandevelde. Now Bellemare over there. Penguins swarming on the Flyers.
Three Penguins around the Flyers puck carrier in the neutral zone. Their recovery has been instantaneous.
Kuhnhackl after this puck. Kuhnhackl around behind the net. Turned it out in front. Good coverage by Vandevelde there. Fair. Behind the cage for Cullen. Bellemare trying to stay with him. The third oldest player in the NHL has played about 10 years younger than his age would indicate this year for the Penguins. He wins that battle. He's doing a shot deflected just wide. There's Kuhnhackl behind that, and Bellemare is there. Cullen is now 39 years of age. Only Jaromir Jagr and Dan Boyle are older in the NHL. But he has scored 14 goals and done so many of the little things for this Penguins Penguins team. There's Daly racing up with the puck. Knocked it back to Bonino. Could not get it past Manning. Manning to Giroux. Flyers move up. But Simmons checked by Letang right at the line. There pass by the Penguins. Manning has it right back to Schenn. Braden Schenn from the angle in front. Simmons was there, but Murray snares it and hangs on.
Don't drop your phone. Drop your network. Bring your phone to Cricket Wireless. We have more 4G LTE coverage nationwide than T-Mobile or Sprint. Cricket Wireless. Something to smile about.
Hear our experts' take on the Eagles' moves in free agency.
Somewhere in this draft, the Eagles have to think about a long-term, future-type quarterback.
Watch Quick Slants, presented by Nissan. Weeknights at 6, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
What's the internet saying about the quesalupa?
I have romantic feelings for the quesalupa. Oh, my. Quesalupa for president. I saw a picture of a quesalupa in a newspaper, and it made me pick up a newspaper. Yo, the quesalupa is banging. Yeah. About to ascend to food heaven on the cheese-filled wings of the angels.
Taste what the internet is raving about. The quesalupa from Taco Bell.
Well, there's Brian Dumoulin, number 8 on defense for the Pittsburgh Penguins. We talk about boxing out. The Flyers have tried to get in front of Matt Murray, the Penguins goaltender, but look at Wayne Simmons here. Dumoulin just fighting him to keep him out. Then Sean Couturier. These are some of the Flyers' bigger forwards.
Yeah, and what's impressive with that, too, is it's very hard to do without taking a penalty. So you got two big horses like Couturier and Simmons battling like that in front of the net. It's hard for a younger defenseman, too, to stay in that battle without, getting yourself in a penalty situation. So well done by Brian Dumoulin. Very tough job.
24-year-old from the state of Maine. Flyers move the puck. Here's Couturier. Centered it. It bounces. And there was Murray. That went off a Penguin in front as Raffl tried to crash the crease. Ends up in a shoving match. Murray took care of the puck.
Well, want to remind everybody the Flyers take on the Toronto Maple Leafs this Thursday night, 7 o'clock at the Wells Fargo Center. Don't miss out on the action as the Flyers continue to push to the playoffs. Tickets now available at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Well, here's the last replay right in front of the net. Flyers with a nice little play back out front. And they do all they can. Couturier just throws it back out front. Quick play there by Voracek. Raffl on the doorstep as well. Murray's just calm.
There were 4 Penguins within 4 feet of Murray by the time he was on the puck.
This isn't something you teach. It's the way the Flyers have played, the Penguins have played the last month. I mean, they're riding it out right now, guys. They're playing defensively. That's what's good.
Simmons muscling his way in, and Letang from behind got him, and Letang got caught up high with an elbow or arm from Simmons, and he looks a little dazed. He's had concussion issues. He's staying on the ice, though, and he's getting the legs moving up ice.
He sure joined the rush quickly there.
Yeah.
The play was going the other way.
Flexing his neck before that. Murray's going to hang on to the puck here. I think it's inadvertent here. We'll get a look.
He just wanted a penalty more than anything. He makes a good defensive play on this one to get it away from Wayne Simmons, and then Simmons wanted to take the shortest route to the puck, which was through Letang.
It's a great play right there. You know what? Simmons is just, he'll skate right through the net. That's what he wanted to do, take the puck right to the blue paint on Matt Murray. But that's the kind of play right there that separates Chris Letang from a lot of other offensive defensemen in the sense that he can compete and does compete so hard in the D zone when the opportunity allows.
See Erik Karlsson in parentheses.
I didn't say that, but you know what? No, but
I can hear you, though.
Yeah, and Karlsson's an even player, too. But this Letang is like Dow. rowdy. They compete extremely hard in the V zone. That's what separates players like that.
Chris Letang has overcome so much, too. He had a stroke.
Yeah.
And also about the concussion issue. Puck out to center ice. Doom went over to get to it. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this second period. Lovejoy will wind it in. Gudas could not come up with it. Hornquist does. Tried to center. It's blocked off by Cousins. Lovejoy and Reed come together. Now it's Hornquist. The center deflects into the slot area, and Nick Cousins takes over. It's Bass across from Manning. Manning finds Reed. Reed looks to the middle. Centered it, but he's jabbed away. He's got it back. The Penguins are after him. Gagne tried to help out, but it does ricochet out to center ice. Manning sends it right back in. Gagne after with Dumoulin, but Dumoulin ahead to Sheary. Bank it had open for Crosby, who's tied up by Swayze. I wanted a penalty, but not going to get it. That's Couturier. Couturier wants to play off hat-trick in this building, but a turnover here. Sheary with the puck. Shot bounces off of Schultz. Yeah. Raffle. And now ahead. Voracek. Stop once. Reach the puck deep. Roll up the boards. Bennett over there. Flyers get the puck. Voracek. Come on for Couturier. Tied up with Justin Schultz. Back to the other side of the ice. It's Voracek and Cole. Voracek drops his stick. Or is that Cole's stick? It's Cole who dropped his stick. Now Voracek with his stick trying to jab it back to the point, but the Penguins had other ideas. And now Schultz, he had Sheary, but couldn't get the pass through to him. Flyers knock it down. Quickly back now. It's Couturier to Schenn. Schenn moving up. The shot. Save Mayberry. Rebound. Schenn. He's taken down. Puck bounces free. The shot. Stopped at the side of the cage. Might have hit the post. It's Hagelin the other way. Hagelin will tip it deep and go after it and take McDonald. Oh, Simmons arrives in El Humor. He hits the deck. Now back behind the net. Kessel kicks the puck free and tries to track it down again. Simmons wrapped up with Hagelin. Deflects free, and here's Giroux. Well, Giroux will throw it to McDonald. Now the puck up racing through center is Giroux. Dropping it back, Simmons. Simmons, the shot! Score! Wayne Simmons! A laser! He beats Murray and gets the Flyers on the board. It's 3-1. Simmons involved from the very start of that shift until the end. The end is a goal, and he has number 29 on the season.
It's a start and a real good one for the Flyers at one of the only times in this game that on the rush the Penguins yielded their blue line and let the Flyers have it. This is the price tag that they paid Wayne Simmons. Just ripped one up onto the crossbar and in for his 29th of the season.
And the reason that the Flyers were successful, Bill, was because they came at the Penguins with the speed that they've not had a lot of this afternoon. Giroux was blazing through the neutral zone. That's where he found Simmons, and Simmons with a good, quick shot. I don't care how good you are defensively. Your defense, if they're up, that's great. But when you come with that kind of speed, they've got to back up, and that's what the Flyers force their hand to do.
So Wayne Simmons has tied his career high for goals in this season. He's also earned the hire of all the Penguins fans here because he took some runs at some Penguins players in that shift. They thought he would have been in the penalty box. Instead, he's on the score sheet. Flyers are within 2 in the waning moments of this second period. Will clear it through center. Gudas goes back to get it. Lost to Manning. And now off White stick down the ice. No, wave off the ice. He gets deflected. And so on 4 seconds now. Manning tips it. And trying to turn it toward the net. One time runs out on the second period. White then tries to draw a penalty there at the end as he came together with Cole. Daly has a word or two for White. It's just all part of the Battle of Pennsylvania. Hockey style as tempers are beginning to boil a bit. Wayne Simmons, 29th of the year from Giroux. McDonald has the Flyers on the board. It's 3-1 after 2. Tonight's Flyers Penguins second period was brought to you by Rothman Institute at Jefferson. Exclusive orthopedic and healthcare provider of the Philadelphia Flyers. John Moore, Cal Morgani, back with more analysis of the first 40 minutes from Pittsburgh right after this time.
Sip up a delicious delicious deal at Dunkin' for 99 cents. Get your afternoon boost with a medium freshly brewed iced tea or iced coffee for 99 cents from 2 to 6 p.m. America runs on Dunkin'.
The intelligent all-new Audi A4 is here. Experience the all-new Audi A4 at your local dealer.
If you want to make your truck safer, you can ride around with the cops. Or you could call a mechanic. Slow down, pal. Sorry. Mr. Jonathan, he's an actual mechanic, and he recommends the all-new Wagner OEX brake pads. That's right. Says they're custom designed to stop your truck up to 50 feet sooner than other leading brake pads and last up to twice as long. Right again. Watch your tailgating. I'm sorry. Eyes on the road. When it's time for new brakes, you could call the cops. Or you could call a mechanic. Ask them which brake pad stops you up to 50 feet sooner. The guys who know it's Wagner OEX. Check them out at WagnerBrake.com.
I think we should have taken a left at the river.
Tarzan, no. Or Tarzan, go.
Tarzan does not know where Tarzan go. Hey, excuse me, do you know where the waterfall is? Waterfall?
No. Me, Tarzan. King of jungle.
I know you wanted to...
If you're a couple, you fight over directions. That's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
You have to do that right in my ear.
Before the Cadillac ATS-V shook the establishment, before every angle was carved for competition, before road ready meant track capable, before its speed left the segment behind, before it all, the Cadillac ATS. Daring runs in the family. Current GM lessees get this low mileage lease on this ATS from around $299 per month for 24 months. Visit your Cadillac dealer.
Make today smile with 6 Dunkin' Donuts for $3.99. Powdered with sugar, layered with frosting, filled with jelly, or topped with sprinkles. Share some smiles with 6 donuts for $3.99 today. America runs on Dunkin'.
The best way to guarantee Philadelphia Flyers Stanley Cup playoff tickets is by becoming a season ticket member now for next season. Memberships also include access to tickets for the 2017 Coors Light NHL Stadium Series and the 2017 Flyers Alumni Game. The biggest games, the most memorable moments, the celebration of a team on the rise. Become a member at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
This portion of Flyers Hockey on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Delaware Valley Honda. Visit your local Delaware Valley Honda dealer or shophonda.com.
Flyers get one back in the final minute of that second period. Wayne Simmonds now 1 goal shy of his first 30-goal season. Welcome into Intermission Live, presented by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. So much was made of Phil Kessel with Pittsburgh before this season. In fact, that Sidney Crosby finally had a quality line mate next to him. However, it seems like the guy that is more suited is Patrick Hornquist, and both those guys seem to be working in perfect tandem so far.
Yeah, Hornquist had a very strong career. We keep telling you Pittsburgh not only offensively but defensively has been such a good team, hottest in the NHL. This is where you're rewarded for your defense. It looks like the Flyers are going to get a big break here. Voracek in alone. Watch this back check. Hornquist comes back, and then 2 more Penguins come back to fill in the slot. But he makes the play coming back, racing back. There you see, slide behind. Looks like he's got some tone there, but no. Hornquist comes back checks, gets in there, sweeps the puck away. Goalie makes a great save there. And then it pays off because it's Hornquist again who steals the puck and then comes in and rifles a shot past Mason and gives Pittsburgh that lead that looks like it's going to be very difficult to overcome. But it's the defensive play, it's the effort that this team has made, which has made it so impressive. Not just a team with wheels and skill, but make great defensive plays like that and then come again and you take advantage of another Flyer misplay right over the glove. Pittsburgh has a lead. However, the Flyers do manage to come back and certainly make a game of this going into the last period.
Yeah, Hornquist, though, has had that motor running since the opening shift when he had that great A opportunities. Big reason why the Penguins have been playing as well as they have. All right, when we come back, we'll show you how the Flyers got on the board. Some good back-checking as well. That more Intermission Live when we come back right after this.
Honda believes that your garage is what you make it.
Looking good, Suzanne. So make it great with amazing deals on many Honda products, including the restyled Honda Accord.
It's been on Car and Driver's 10 Best list a record 30 times and comes with a standard multi-angle rear view camera. The Honda Dream Garage sales event is happening now. Let's go. You got a garage to fill. Celebrate spring with a great deal on a restyled Accord. Now at your Honda dealer.
Even ordinary moments become milestones when you overcome cancer. At Jefferson's Sidney Kimmel Cancer Center, if we had a marker for every patient we treated who is now cancer-free, markers would be everywhere. Evidence that our personalized approach to cancer treatment is producing some of the highest survival rates in the nation. And that's a milestone for everyone. Jefferson, until every cancer is cured.
What's the most awarded car company of the year, ranking from top to bottom? Luxury cars seem like they would be top awarded.
Better be some awards behind what you're paying for, right?
The final answer. Chevy, the most awarded car company 2 years in a row.
Wow, it's like a luxury car.
I was shocked. I mean, it's like, this is Chevy?
For a limited time, get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on most remaining 2015 Chevy vehicles while they last. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for better car replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
In a world of brackets, there are many paths to victory. You have the randomizers, strategizers, compartmentalizers, socializers, pulverizers, and even the accessorizers. Join the Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge powered by Samsung for a chance to win great prizes. Who will you pick?
Welcome back in. Flyers credited with 31 hits through 2 periods of action. A big reason why had been the play of guys like Ryan White and Wayne Simmons. Both those guys with 5 hits in that first period. It took a while. The first period, the intensity wasn't quite there. It got ramped up, though, in the second period out.
And one of the guys that always ramps it up is Simmons. He's the one that plays emotionally, plays physically. And we saw there Hornquist in the first period. This period, you'll see Simmons make a big physical play. Letang here with the puck, and then Simmons comes right at him. Questionable up high, but it's that kind of grit. He gets the puck, he fights his way through, he gets the shot toward the goal there. But it's that sort of effort that he's made. And when you make that sort of effort, just like Hornquist in that first period, Simmons make this sort of effort here, you're going to get rewarded at some point during a game here. You see Letang feeling the results of this here. And then watch this saucer pass coming out. McDonald's going to kind of take it right out of the zone, right through to Penguins, soft pass, and then Giroux's wheels open everything up. And then Simmons uses a perfect screen, times everything right through the wickets, and then right past the goaltender, finally gives up a goal after more than 100 minutes. So runs some shutout on.
So perfect breakout play to get the goal. How did they generate more of that?
Well, it's the wheels you had to use. Giroux's speed, you have to use your speed against this team, and but they have to be very careful. Even that pass to turn anything over here, you have to have a little bit of a risk to come back into this game because Pittsburgh hasn't given up that second period lead all year.
We thought if the Flyers had not scored that goal that maybe you make a goalie change, but now with your 2 goals down, you got to stick with Mason and hope you can come back and get 2 goals and tie it up. All right, Al and I with Flyers post-game live, 1-4 final from the Console Energy Center in Pittsburgh. We'll take it back out there right after this.
Intermission Live, presented by Delaware Valley Honda Dealers. Visit your local Delaware Valley Honda dealer, DelValHondaDealers.com.
Amy thinks you have to be super smart to not mess up your tax refund. So we flew in super smart mathematician Maria Chudnovsky to help her.
I have a lot of student loan debt. Can I deduct my interest?
Can Amy deduct her student loan interest?
In her case, yes. The amount goes right here.
In your case, yes. The amount goes right here.
Intuit TurboTax. Taxes done smarter.
Comparing midsize sedans? Here's what puts the Kia Optima ahead of the Nissan Altima. The Kia Optima has innovative technology, like available lane departure warning, surround view monitor, and a turbo engine. The Nissan Altima does not. Discover the next generation Kia Optima. It's not your average midsize sedan. Lease the Optima LX for only $199 a month. Visit your local Delaware Valley Kia dealer today.
Spring is in full swing on TCN. The Phillies work towards the future at spring training. The Union kick off an exciting season. The 700 Level Show lives up to the hype.
It's just how we do it.
And Phillies sports fans wake up with Breakfast on Broad.
I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to wait for whoever wants to call me.
This spring, watch TCN, the Comcast network.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so running, jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
It's showdown time Wednesday as the Flyers take on the Red Wings in Detroit on NBCSN, part of Wednesday Night Rivalry. And then the next night, we're back with you as the Flyers host the Toronto Maple Leafs at the Wells Fargo Center. The Flyers try to move closer and closer to a playoff berth. Maple Leafs trying to be spoilers. Flyers pregame line gets it started at 6:30. Opening faceoff just after 7 o'clock on Comcast Sportsnet. Here are the stats through 2 periods of play between the Flyers and Penguins tonight. Brought to you by Rockford Institute at Jefferson. Third period action after this timeout.
For the last 5 days, 17 hours, and 23 minutes, you've been a passenger.
I'm back in baby's arms. How I miss those.
Mazda's Skyactiv technology makes it good to be a driver.
With a name trusted for nearly 80 years, you have the compassion and security of Blue Cross, giving you the courage to enjoy the ride. Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless.
Hi, checking out the RAV4?
Yep, looking for something fun.
Well, with available Sport Tune suspension, you can turn any trip into an awesome adventure. Aren't they the best?
Right now, during Toyota's One for Everyone sales event, lease a new 2016 RAV4 with $0 drive-off. Or get 0% APR financing for 48 months on RAV4.
Have fun running those errands.
Toyota, let's go places.
Gift giving is hard.
Gift giving isn't hard. What do you give the person who's got everything?
I gave Rav.
You're giving me a cow for my birthday? It's a farm animal.
It's more than a gift. A farm animal helps families and others. Gifts like this change lives.
Give different. Christmas, Valentine's Day, Hanukkah, whatever you want. Give a family life. It's more than a gift.
It's the best gift I ever gave.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Tonight's third period, Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by your Philadelphia Super Network GMC dealers and by Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well. Got the first three. Has got one back in the final minute of the second period. Wayne Simmons. You know how those goals late in the period go. We'll see if it carries over for the Flyers here into the third.
Well, the Flyers want to and really have to start the way they came out and started the second period. Far more determined, far more physical. Flyers ended up out shooting the Penguins 13-10 in that second period.
Going by any game earlier today, well, you know what? No lead internally is safe anymore. When you're up 6-0 at Chicago, the Bruins storm back. So Pittsburgh maybe eased off the pedal a little bit. The Flyers have kept their foot on it. That's a good thing. You never know what will happen in a game like this.
Now, this Flyers team has shown a lot of resilience, but try these numbers on for size. 37-0-0. Can't get any better than that. I mean, Washington's close, but you can't get any better than that. As they do protect leads, they actually not only protect leads here of late, they build on the leads.
That's something that Mike Sullivan, I know, has preached to the Penguins. Instead of sitting back and trying to protect the lead, not changing the way you're playing.
Underway here in the third. Letang across. And now it's sent in by Kunitz. Early minutes of this third period so important. Flyers dig the puck free, and here's Schenn. Braden Schenn turning and then shoveling one deep into the Pittsburgh zone. You almost could feel what was going through Schenn's mind there. I want to try to make this cross-ice play. No, we're not supposed to do that. Here's Hornquist the other way. Drops it up, and the shot by Crosby is snared by Mason, and he hangs on.
Hornquist, every time he has the puck, he looks for Sidney Crosby, and you know that Crosby's ready for it. Matter of fact, the goal that Hornquist has scored in this game was an attempted pass to Crosby that came right back to him. That time he dished to 87, and I think Crosby wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah, well, the thing with Hornquist here, he couldn't get a shot off, and he realized the only way that puck was going to get to the net was put it on the stick of a left-handed shot, and that was Sidney Crosby.
Flyers get control here. Lovejoy, though, keeps it in. Hagelin getting it out. Kessel looking for Bonino, but he was marked by Couturier. Now it's Kessel out to Lovejoy for a shot. Knocked down by Mason, played ahead. And Raffl will throw it into the skates of Couturier, and it bounces back through to Dumoulin. Bonino couldn't hang on to his pass. And Gudas trying to get it in the zone. Fired it out of play. Our Flyers Pulse brought to you by the Ford dealers. Wayne Simmons certainly heating up. 4 goals in 4 games. Duke ding. For that gem, the Flyers, everybody understands Wayne Simmons is a street goal scorer. When he gets hot, he can pile up the goals, and here of late he's doing that, trying to get to that 30-goal mark, just one away now. It's sent in by Cousins. Murray will stop it, but turn it over to Gagne. Gagne around behind the net. Flyers get to it. Cousins, but left it in the corner, and Penguins got to it. Cousins tried to get it back, but Fair clears the zone. Gostisbehere couldn't get his pass through. All right. And here's Fair with a shot. Save. The rebound in front. Around behind. They center it back through it. Somehow did not hit Mason and escapes to the other side. And he needs to get control here, and he does. And they'll drop it back to McDonald.
That whole sequence started with a chip into the middle by the Flyers. What they were so good at lately this game here, they're putting too many pucks in the middle.
Schenn sending it in. Murray will get to Letang. Ed Schultz pitches. Hornquist, though, got it out to center. Drew will play it back. Strike to Simmons. Let's get it right back. Letang onto the red line. Schultz knocks it down. Now Crosby. Sidney Crosby finding some ice. Fakes the shot. Swings wide. Schultz chases it to the board. The cross ice pass makes its way through to Daly. Daly holding on. Something opened up for him. Now gives to Kunitz, whose pass is knocked down by Bellemare. Simmons charges up with it. Daly coming over. Wayne Simmons holds on. Waits and then fires. A rebound was there for Schenn, but tipped away by Letang. Some of that defensive play we were talking about. Another shot from the point goes wide. All the way out to Gudas. Gudas in along for Brayden Schenn. Schenn to the point. Off the bench was Ryan White. Went to the point. Manning could not get it any deeper. So they play right back to the line. Here's Ryan White. Flings one in. Glove by Murray. And he hangs up.
Well, if the Flyers can play in this third period with the determination that Wayne Simmons showed at the end of the second period, they're going to be in business. Simmons was a physical force, banging anything near him, turning pucks over. And then finally, with less than minutes to go, ripped one over Matt Murray's shoulder to make it a 3-1 game. Simmons has come out here in the third period, firing away. Good shot that rebounded to Brayden Schenn. Only a dandy defensive play by Chris Letang kept Schenn from getting a rebound chance. So Wayne Simmons picking up third where he left off the second.
Good numbers against the Penguins, as you saw here, is McDonald. The Gostisbehere wasn't in his wheelhouse. And he missed it, and it's Kunaklo the other way. Kunaklo the shot, save Mason, and he bats the rebound away from the coming fair, but right back on it is Kunaklo. Right to center, bunts it back out to Lovejoy. He'll sift it in along the board. Now it's Gostisbehere to it. And Gostisbehere chipping that ahead. It makes its way to Raffl. He lost it. Put back to by Couturier. Raffl taken down eventually by Dumoulin. Lovejoy up the boards. It's to the line, not out. Voracek kept it in. Couturier jabs it to Raffl. It bounces off of a body back behind that. Matt Cullen is there. And they got it up but not out. Manning kept it in, but now another try for Cullen. He'll skate it to center and drop it off for Fair. Fair forced back by Bellemare. And now it's Lovejoy. Approach the 4-minute mark of this third period. It's a 3-1 hockey game. 30-21 the shots. Manning back. Hagelin right on him. Manning kicks the puck through. Now here it's Vandevelde. Couldn't clear. Hagelin behind the net. Hagelin drops it off. Kessel across. Letang. Letang wrister redirected and then batted in. They score. Diving goal for Hagelin. It is 4-1 Pittsburgh. This line continues to sizzle. Wow, it's pretty tough to defend against a play like this. Brandon Manning, I think, did all he could. But Carl Hagelin could see the play and see where the puck was coming from and ultimately get to it. When Chris Letang threw it towards the net, it deflected, and Hagelin saw it. Brayden Manning couldn't.
Well, here's what happened with you're right, Bill. When Letang shoots the puck, the redirection by Bonino sets up Hagelin. He was probably going to get to the right side. I believe Brandon Manning there anyhow had he not fallen, but still, it was a great play by him to start behind the net. He circled the wagon, waited for the puck to develop into the paint area, head to the crease on the shot by Letang, and there was the garbage. Almost impossible timing, but he went to the front of the net. That's what allowed the goal to be created.
Hagelin from Bonino and Letang. 2 more points for members of that line. They've combined for 34 points in 12 games together. Looking for points here is Kunitz, denied by Mason. That's Daly. Strike takes over. So the Penguins install their 3-goal lead. They're still with over 15 minutes of hockey remaining to try to get back in it. That goal at the end of the second period has been nullified. Here's Simmons. Makes a nice move on Daly, who then got back out of hold of his stick and tipped the puck away. Simmons works himself free from Daly again. Watch it, front shot saved by Murray, and then the rebound jammed wide. Simmons nearly found room there as Murray was beginning to guess across crease.
And it looked like Claude Giroux had a crack at the rebound.
Here's McDonald. Waiting, Flyers completing changes. McDonald ahead to Couturier. Couturier, nice inside-outside move. Turns with it. Stuffs it around behind the net. Raffle tried to let that go to Gostisbehere, but Fair was there. Gostisbehere poked it away, and Raffle picks it up. Michael Raffle. That is steam into the zone. Got a shot up, save Murray. Rebound. Couturier poking away at it, but could not get it back in on goal. Now here's Lovejoy. That off the stick of Kuhnhackl. Kuhnhackl gains the Philadelphia line. Inside, outside, and the shot goes wide. Now Fair. Puts it to Collin. He is checked. Couturier put it back into the traffic in the corner. Raffle reaching for the puck. And now it's Couturier. Didn't clear the zone. Now he's got the puck. Penguins making changes, as are the Flyers here. Past the 6-minute mark of the third period. Gostisbehere. Starting up. Pass. Moving on in. Now it's Gagne for the shot. Blocked. Bounces all the way out to the neutral zone. Flyers getting a little more room entering the Penguin zone here. Late in that second period, now into this third. It hasn't translated into any goals here in the third yet.
And it's so easy for a team with a lead, especially now a 3-goal lead, to back in and think that that's a little safer than standing up. It generally isn't, so Flyers have to try to take advantage of it.
Gudas putting a piece of Cousins there. He had his sights set on a Penguin, obviously. And now here's Bonino. Stopped that by Cousins, and Reed takes over. To Brandon Manning. Now the puck ahead. Gagne into the middle and across for Giroux. He'll rifle one in. Murray will knock that one down and set it up for Dumoulin. Dumoulin's long pass ahead for Kunitz. Strike tied him up, and the play is offside at the Philadelphia line. Just over 7 minutes in, period number 3.
all-new Audi A4 is here. Experience the all-new Audi A4 at your local dealer.
Hear our experts' take on the Eagles' moves in free agency.
Somewhere in this draft, the Eagles have to think about a long-term, future-type quarterback.
Watch Quick Slides, presented by Nissan. Weeknights at 6, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Clean up at Cricket Wireless. Switch and get select 4G LTE smartphones for as low as $19.99. Plus, no annual contracts. New phone smell. Cricket Wireless. Something to smuggle about.
4x for scenic routes that only you find scenic. For the great outdoors and the great indoors. For knowing boundaries are there to be crossed. Jeep Cherokee. It's how we live 4x forever. Current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low mileage lease in the 2016 Jeep Cherokee for $189 a month.
Let's take a look now at the Hyundai save of this hockey game. Steve Mason pretty busy at times. Well, this one here is, we don't see this often. Puck bounces in the air. Phil Kessel is able to swat that out and look below the shoulder, so it would have counted had it indeed passed the line. Mason did just best. Phil Kessel, that's a Hyundai save of the game. Real good one there.
Yeah, not many goalies have been besting Phil Kessel of late. 5 goals, 5 assists. These last 5 games coming in. Another assist here tonight. He had been the subject of a lot of scrutiny for the first half of the season, but yet another Penguin who's getting better as the year goes along.
Well, this is the Phil Kessel that the Penguins and their GM Jim Rutherford thought they had acquired.
Drew dumps this one down low. Shen looking for it, but it deflects away, and here's Crosby. Crosby named the MVP of the Penguins yesterday. It's the 6th time he's taken that home, but offside is the call here.
Well, the Battle of Pennsylvania is not going to end today. The Flyers are going to take on the Penguins at the Wells Fargo Center next weekend, Saturday, 3 p.m. game time. You can purchase tickets to this cross-state showdown, and it will be the last showdown of the regular season. Get those tickets now at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Flyers regulation loss here today makes the probability of that game having a lot of meaning and greater, as Flyers with a win here today would have put themselves in position to wrap up a playoff spot maybe midweek, but top points here. Going to the weekend. Here's Couture, I should say, Voracek with a shot to spot. Couturier gets the puck, gets it out to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere all the way over to this side, right along the line. Wrist one, deflected, score! Voracek gets his stick in there, and the puck goes into the net. Referees and linesmen all looking at one another, but I believe it's a 4-2 game as Gostisbehere sets up Voracek. Jake finally on the board for the first time since his injury.
Boy, what a play by Shane Gostisbehere, walking the puck across the blue line and coming oh so close to having it outside the blue line. You could see he was being pressured, but Jake Voracek, remember we talked about Brian Dumoulin, number 8. There he is on the left trying to box out Jake Voracek, but he didn't have a stick. Jake got a chunk of it and just enough.
Yeah, and that's the whole key to the box out is being able to take away the opposition's stick. Voracek just battles it, keep it down right there. And the effort by Gosper, just a nice simple redirection shot at the net. Finds his way through.
So Jake Voracek in his 600th NHL game picks up his 11th goal this year. He has 13 goals, 29 career points in 27 games against the Penguins. Better than a point a game against the Penguins.
Well, he was paying the price for that deflection, and he didn't deflect it on the forehand side of his blade. It was actually the backhand. It was an odd type of deflection, and Matt Murray had zero chance. It was right up under the crossbar and inside the post.
This guy there with the steal, he had to wait, couldn't get back into the zone. His Cousins was still in that zone. In fact, Flyers were still offside. Now they've retouched. The play will continue. 11 and a half minutes remaining in the third. Here's Kessel. The Philadelphia line lays it off for Bonino. Goes Gudas. Stop Kessel, centers it in front. Bonino a couple whacks at it, and the Flyers have it. Manning to Cousins and Gagne. Simple play, get it in and chase. Cole is back. We'll flip it along, and the Penguins will be able to emerge with the puck this time. Bonino. Cross for Hagelin, and it'll rifle the puck deep to Philadelphia. Bounces all the way out to the circle. Alert to get to that is McDonald, but he ices it. So the faceoff will end up in Philadelphia. Our Jeep trivia question, of course, asked you, who was the other Penguins assistant coach who's a former Flyer? And it's Mark Recchi. He's a development coach. He's not actually here at the game. He works with a lot of the youngsters in the Penguin system. But it's Mark Recchi, not Mike Bales or who was the other one?
Gary Agnew. I was going to say we should give $100 if anybody could name the other 2 names that were on that.
I'll take the money. Thank you.
Yeah, way to go. Do you have it written in front of you? No, you don't.
No.
You did well.
I probably right.
I'm watching.
Bales and Agnew, yes. There's Mark Recchi, who, of course, won a cup here and in 2 other places. Great career. He could be headed into the Hall of Fame shortly, don't you think?
Absolutely. I mean, with his numbers, 3 Stanley Cups with 3 different teams, I'd say yes.
We're talking about Talk's good buddy, Mark Recchi.
No, not Talk.
Well, he's pretty close to Hall of Fame standards himself.
400 goals, no
yes.
question.
A lot of other things that he brought to the table, obviously, right, Talk.
2 great teammates, I can say that.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh lucky to have 2 good guys like that working for him.
We mentioned this the last time these teams played. Of course, Rick Tocchet was with us, Comcast Sportsnet, pre and post game, live for a couple of seasons. But you could always get the feeling of Tocchet wanted to get back into coaching. He just has it in his blood to be involved with the team on a day-to-day basis, and so much to the chagrin of some Flyers fans, he wound up back in coaching with the Penguins.
I thought he did a great job on post-game live while he was there.
He did. And I'm sure the Flyers fans won't hold it against him too long when he went to the Penguins, will they?
You don't think?
I think they will. He's already said he's heard about it from time to time. It is very intense rivalry. Big hit on McDonald. He's shaken up. Puck is stolen. Centering pass, and they score. Fair scores. McDonald hit headfirst into the boards. The Penguins have the lead back at 5-2 now as their 3-goal cushion restored. McDonald heads right
the Flyers now might add injury to insult because Andrew McDonald went off really slowly. And the way he was hit into the boards, I was so surprised there wasn't a call. I mean, that's on the numbers. He's going down, and he gets finished headfirst into the boards. Are you kidding me?
I don't know what.
Come on.
I know there's a responsibility on the player, but that is awful right there. This player got hit from behind, stopped up, looking at the numbers. It's the easiest call they had. That should be a 5-minute major, and the Flyers should be on the power play. Now they're without a defenseman, and they're down 3 goals again.
That's
awful.
So weak.
Terrible, terrible.
Puck all the way down the ice here for an icing touch-up. Hard to figure.
It's embarrassing.
Trying to give some balance to it to figure out how there's no call there.
I looked at both refs, expecting both of them to have their arms raised.
Me too, Bill.
And Dave Hackstall couldn't see it because it was on the near boards next to him. But Kuhnhackl didn't let up on him. Andrew McDonald was vulnerable. Looked like he was losing his balance anyway. And Kuhnhackl even looked like he bent down to make sure he finished him head first into the boards.
The one thing you look at is for a late turn by McDonald. I didn't see that. He had already turned. He put himself in a vulnerable position, I will tell you that. But no, he was there, and the chance for the player to lay off was there.
Absolutely.
No need for that, guys, in a game like this. Too fast as it is, and you just, guys' numbers are there, you let up. You just can't do that.
So again, a 3-goal advantage for the Penguins. And here is Braden Shen. A quick shot that's snared by Murray. Simmons might have gotten a piece of Murray's mask on his way by. We'll be back.
Sip up a delicious deal at Dunkin' for 99 cents. Get your afternoon boost with a medium freshly brewed iced tea or iced coffee for 99 cents from 2 to 6 p.m. America runs on Dunkin'.
It took dozens of prototypes, hundreds of crash simulations, thousands of hours of painstaking craftsmanship, and an infinite reserve of patience to create a vehicle that looks, drives, and thinks